Welcome drone video fans to a unique video that I shot recently at the Adventure Zone Entertainment Center, which is located in Geneva-on-the-Lake in Ashtabula County in the very northeast corner of the state of Ohio. What you're seeing in front of you right now is the main building of the Adventure Zone. Inside there are a lot of games and things for kids to do, entertainment things, but we spent most of our shoot on the main attractions that are on the outside. You can see that there are golf carts available for rental because the Adventure Zone is actually at the beginning of what is known as the Strip on Geneva-on-the-Lake, which includes any variety of places where you can visit and have fun. And you can see again here they also rent bicycles too, and then you can just stay in one of the local places. This Geneva-on-the-Lake is visited by people from states all around, from New York, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Indiana, all around. They come to this to Geneva-on-the-Lake and take advantage of being close to the lake and all of the recreational activities there are available, plus some adult clubs that, like wine tasting clubs or wine tasting places that are also on the strip. So anyways, this is the Adventure Zone is celebrating its 20th anniversary year this year, and so I thought it would make for an interesting shoot, and brought a couple of my UAVs out of the Phantom 3 Professional, and I also brought my Spark along with me just in case I needed to do some close quarter shooting. Anyways, we're here now looking at the top of the zip line, and I've plugged in my coordinates for using the DJI Go app's point of interest, and we're going to just rotate around the top of the zip line here. The zip line runs about 1,000 feet, and it goes all the way back to the woods back there, as you can see, and it takes anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute to make the trip, depending on your weight and whether or not the wind is blowing with you or against you. The little house that you see there with the red roof to the side there, that's where the people who run the zip line, they will check your ticket, give you a helmet to wear, and also check your weight to make sure you're between 50 and 275 pounds and that you're at least 48 inches tall. You can see the anchoring wires, and the company that put up this zip line is currently working on 3 separate zip lines for over at the Geneva State Park area, which, if you've watched any of my videos, you've seen quite a bit of Geneva State Park, but they are putting up some zip lines there. See Lake Erie there as we swing around to the north, and again have the Phantom 3 running in point of interest mode here, so we were able just to take our time and aim the gimbal where we wanted to get the shot. So once we've made a couple of loops around this one of the main attractions, which only has been up, this is its first full year of use, we're going to do a flyover of the park and touch on some of the points of interest that are along the way. I'm going to get a little more altitude here before we go over the top of this, and I believe I was right about 125 feet as I crested the top of this line. You can see the lines there. First thing we come upon is a putt-putt course. This is a par 51 putt-putt course, 18 holes. So most of the holes are par 3, which means that they're not easy. So it's challenging yet fun, and if you enjoy the putt-putt, and then I played putt-putt a lot when I was younger, and I played it with my dad, and it's always a good time. Next thing we're coming up, you see this pool over here. It's for the bumper boats. And the bumper boats, there's like 12 of them lined up along there. They're electric powered, and they have like this super water squirter mounted in the front. They let 12 people in at a time, and you run the boat around and squirt at one another. And I guess I haven't tried it myself, but I can imagine it would be a lot of fun to be doing that, especially on a hot day. And if you had some people that you felt needed a good dousing, it'd be a good place to take them and get in one of these bumper boats and then let them have it with your water squirter. The next feature that you'll see, it looks like blue and yellow octagons over there, is a sort of a bungee tramp arrangement where you're secured in a harness, like a bungee harness, and there's a trampoline below you. And by jumping off and bouncing off of the trampoline and using the bungee cord, you can do all kinds of weird gyrations. Probably not for me, but I've seen kids having a ball on that sort of a thing. There's a carousel there that you can see with 3 across horses. A very traditional carousel, which is a lot of fun. Next thing you see is a rock climbing wall, the roundish looking thing with handholds on it for climbing, for those who are into rock climbing. And right next to it is a rappelling wall where you're taken up to, I think, the 24 feet height, and then you're able to be on a sort of like a bungee cord, and the rappelling wall is a trampoline itself, so you can bounce back and forth off of the rappelling wall and do all kinds of sort of exciting things. We're now going to take a visit to the go-kart track, and here we're going to sneak up on it from the north and go south. So this is the starting point. The track is 850 feet long. The go-karts go reasonable speed. There's an age or a height and age limit for it, but they do have alternatives. They have 2-seaters for youngsters that can ride with an older person that wants to go down. You can see the lights are up there, which allows for this to be used after sunset. You can see a person walking along on the grass there. So this was shot at like about 8:30 in the morning. There was people already out doing work, even though it wasn't going to open up until let's say 11 o'clock. And now we're coming to the batting cages, and these batting cages allow for both hardball and softball and a variety of pitch speeds to suit from youngsters to people that think they're the next I don't know who's the latest and greatest home run hitter out there in the Major League Baseball, but offers a variety of speeds. You can see this lit pathway that leads to the end of the zip line, and we're heading in that direction. I was watching this from in a parking lot some distance away. Those trees, I didn't trust there, so I just bumped my altitude up a little bit more as we got closer to the end of the zip line. But this is where the people on the zip line, they disembark from the zip line, and then they make the long 1,000-foot walk back to the other attractions, or to get on again, because you can buy multiple tickets if you want to make multiple rides. I believe a single ride is $20 for the zip line ride. So I don't know how that compares to other prices around the country. You can see that the park itself is surrounded by a pretty decent amount of woods, giving it a nice sort of country feel. And again, the lake is right to the north, so we have nice summertime lake breezes coming in off the lake, and it really does help keep things cool even on the warmest of days. So we're going to head back towards the tower. You can see the zip line cables passing underneath me, and get a sort of a backward look here at all of the various facilities that are included at the Adventure Zone. And it's right at the like I said, it's located right at the beginning of what is known as the Strip here in Geneva-on-the-Lake, and there's a lot of housing units where you can rent for singles, double occupancy, families, whatever, for one day, a couple days, a week, and whatever is your liking. All up and down the Strip there are places where you can rent, or you can stay at the lodge at Geneva State Park. They have plenty of places there where you can stay. So this is a interesting place. And as a matter of fact, over there on the left-hand side, those are housing units where people can come and stay and come to visit the Strip. A lot of the things along the Strip are family-based, and they are also kind of play to the 50s and 60s era where we're going to get a top-down look here at the top of the zip line. But they play kind of to the 50s and 60s era. So if you have a little bit of nostalgia, you can stop at, for example, Eddie's Grill, and they play pretty much nothing but 50s and 60s music in there. No trip to the Strip would be complete without a stop at Eddie's Grill. It's a favorite place for locals to go and get some fast food without breaking the bank. So we're coming back here. You can see I was parked underneath a tree there for better visibility. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this shoot and this visit to the Adventure Zone. It's fairly close by for me. I ride by this way on my bike frequently, and I just thought it would make an interesting shoot. So I hope you enjoyed this shoot. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for stopping by and watching it, and leave some questions or comments, and thumbs up too. Thanks.